Hello, loves. Welcome to another morning inspo. If you are new here, I'm Auji, and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you guys doing? Let's get right into this. The download that I do have is it's a couple. If somebody has options, it's attraction. I feel like there's someone that's attracting a lot of things, and this could be positively or this could be negatively. There's a lot of things that are attracting to you because of the energy that you're letting off, the spirits that you are in when you enter rooms, when you speak to people, just your overall spirit, not your attitude or how it is that you feel. Is something deeper. It's your spirit. Because you could definitely be going through something and still you're attracting all of this help. You're attracting all of this good energy. I feel like good energy loves good energy, and you're good energy. Like I said, there could be some type of polarity, but I'm feeling the good energy. Also, there's a lot of options in the room. There's a lot of options here. There's a lot of options everywhere. So, stay open. Endless possibilities. All right. What else did I have? Water. Make sure you're getting your water in. Outside is going to be very, very good. Make sure you touch the elements and stuff like that. Get some sun on your body. Outside is going to be good, but somebody has options, and somebody is attracting a lot of things. You've done a lot of work, and now it's time for all these things to come to you like magnet. Also, don't forget, if you guys were participating in the Manifest Anything 21-day challenge, I feel like that has a lot to do with the attraction, with you being in receiving mode. All right, let's get into the affirmation. What is the affirmation for Libra? All right. The affirmation is, I accept my flaws. Let's say it together 4 times. I accept my flaws. I accept my flaws. I accept my flaws. I accept my flaws. It says, what is a recent mistake I've made, and how did I forgive myself? How do you forgive you? That's a deep one. That's a deep question. How do you forgive yourself? What is a mistake that you've made, and were you hard on yourself, or did you say, it's okay? I figured that if the world in itself isn't peaches and oranges and flowers and honey and milk and honey, then maybe you need to be that to yourself. If you know the world is going to make you feel bad for your mistakes and tell you you've known better, you already know what the world is going to do, what the people are going to say, then there's a need for you to be really, really sweet to yourself, especially as you're figuring life out and you may be falling, getting back up, things like that. It's time for us to be really, really sweet to ourselves. Really sweet. All right. What is the tarot energy for Libra today? What is the tarot energy? The tarot energy is death and rebirth. Rebirth. Death card. Change is afoot. Dynamic change. Things are not going to be the same after this change. Also, there is some ended cycles that are key to starting new cycles, okay? And there's an ended cycle that is key to this new evolution. Also, you got this Scorpio energy here. So this creator energy. So I do feel like that you can be in this very, very creative energy, all right? Also, this self-reflective energy, changing. For some of you guys, you could be changing aspects about yourself, changing how you treat yourself, changing how you speak to yourself. Um, but there's a big, big change, and this is coming with the completed cycle. This completed cycle comes with a change. Also, there's something that you think that you want so bad, and when you get it, you're gonna realize, I put too much. Maybe I did a little too much for that. Maybe I did a little too much. Put a little bit too much emphasis on that. Don't you know when that happens, when you want something so bad, it's gonna be a thing, a job, a person, a house, or whatever, and you get it, and you like, yeah, I could have. That was in my head. I kind of like put all of these illusions on top of that thing to make it seem that much more great. But it's really just something's really just regular, regular. All right, I'm going into the ancestors and angels, and then I'm also going into the believe in your own magic. So it's kind of like the different generations. So it's kind of like the different generations here. You got the ancestors, you got the youngins. Okay. All right, let's get right into this reading. If you find anything that resonates here, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. What do we have for Libra? Lord, take charge with authority. Ooh, this is you commanding your authority. You're in command. You know, you have this high power, this high honor, all these accolades, and it's time for you to take charge with authority. It's your turn. There's something that you can't like shy away, you can't bend from. I do also feel like you can have this energy inside of you, like, okay, I'm moving forward, and I'm moving forward boldly. You have the shaman, trust in higher forces when it comes to career. I feel like there can be a lot of spiritual things happening. You can have a lot of invisible help when it comes to finances and career here. Trust is something more than yourself. Also, you have the sky father when it comes to love. Trust in the unknown. All right, so there's something that can happen in love that you're not sure. Also, there's the need for you to trust in the different possibilities and opportunities that are there for you in love and relationship. I feel like for some of you guys, you have no idea how your love life or how a relationship could definitely turn out for you. You have the mountains. All right, so spiritually, does the advice you're getting or what you're seeing spiritually on the spiritual plane is you're seeing why you need to stand your ground. So there may be a decision or something here that you're doing on the physical plane that spirit doesn't want you to budge on. Spirit wants you to stand your ground. Spirit wants you not to, you know, leave just because you see a mountain or obstacle in your way. Spirit definitely wants you to stay consistent in some type of area and stand your ground no matter how tough something gets. All right. The advice for you is unleash the wild within. You have the she-wolf. This is you unleashing your wild side, unleashing your creative side, your passionate side, unleashing the authority, unleashing It's parts of you that you may keep bottled up from the world, and Spirit is telling you right now is the time for you to definitely release those things. Also, this can have something to do with you kind of like taking the mask off in a relationship. And what's coming to you is summer. Bask in joy and light. You have the bees. We was talking about being milk and honey, so you have the bee with the honey. So are every honey and everything sweet. Okay. You got honey, flowers, honey, and everything sweet coming to you with the bees. Also, the bees are workers. They are like the hardest workers that we have in this world, okay? One of them, at least. Like, the bees are just, they don't get their credit. The bees are like the workers. They work all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. Without the bees, really, the bees are so important. They're so little, so small, but they have such a big, big, big job. For some of you guys, looks can be deceiving. For some of you guys, you may even be getting a small return, or you feel like you aren't reaching a lot of people. You feel like there's something you're doing that's not reaching a lot of people. There's something that you may look at as very small, but it's very, very important. Where would we be if we didn't have the bees to pollinate the flowers, the trees, this, that? Where would we be? And the birds even too, because the birds do. The birds pollinate, but they need help. It's people who have families off of honey. The bees creating their own honey. Okay. It's people who have like honey businesses that, for generations and generations and generations. I know honey is really, really good for certain ailments, especially raw honey. It's like you may think something that you're doing is so small, but it's really, really, really big. It's really, really beneficial to the world. It's something, your contribution to the world is really, really big, okay? You do have Stargazer. This card came out as the overall message before. There's a need for you to set your sights higher. For some of you guys, there's a need for you to ask yourself, what it is do you really want? What is your dream? What do you really want? And journey into that thing, okay? All right. So you do have this Lord energy coming up in your self-placement, and this is you taking charge with authority. But here is the kicker, okay? In career, you have the shaman, trust in the higher force, which means a force higher than yourself. This is on the invisible realm, so you can't see it. You have to trust in something that you can't see. And then in love, also, you have to trust in something that you can't see. And in the spiritual, on the spiritual plane, Spirit is telling you to keep on going, even though you can't see. And the advice from Spirit is for you to unleash your wild side. So I do feel like this take charge with authority. This is you being confident, okay? This is you taking charge in your, the things that you love, your creativity, things like that. Let me go into, because I feel like this she-wolf here. Unleash your talents and desires. It's time for you to connect to your rebellious heart. Reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes, dreams, or you've been being encouraged to chase, you are being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. So be mindful of on your journey. There are going to be people who want to track you down. You have this Lord energy. Let me go into the Lord too. We praise the Lord and break the law. I don't know why I love the way that song sounds. Don't judge me. Use your voice. Be strong. Don't be afraid to take charge. Don't be afraid to use your voice. This is the Emperor in the traditional tarot, represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he is angry or chauvinistic. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord in this oracle holds a ram's staff and wears a crown. He is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. Yes. And I read this one because the she-wolf is like, there's weaker members of the pack that see something inside of you that they don't necessarily have. So they're trying to keep it contained. All right. So now this time it's time for you to call the shots instead of you being the obedient one, listening and following. Usually we mind our business. Real cooperative. Well, some of us, some Libras. Let me stop saying some of us. Usually but on the main, we usually mind our business. Follow the rules, do our stuff. But Spirit is telling you don't follow the rules. Spirit is telling you to make the rules. You don't gotta follow the rules. You can make these rules. All right, let's see. What do we have? Tell me more about Lord. Feather. All right. Think first before you judge a person. All right. So this may be a situation where there can be a lot of people ganging up on one person, and your voice, your energy on everything has the ability to change something in the room. Also, there's a situation that you do need to think about first. Also, I'm getting like, don't worry about other people's like judgment. There also may be a group project. I feel like you have an ability to lift a person up, or to push someone down, or to hold someone down, or hold someone back. And I feel like you're going to be holding someone back. I mean, lifting someone up. I do feel like you can be the only person in the room who's like, no, speaking up for someone, taking authority. Like it said that the Emperor has a heart for people who don't really have why am I just getting so much brain fog? It is time for my 14-day detox. I'm telling you guys. All fruits. It's time. All right. I just keep getting brain fog, and I'm like, this don't work for what I'm trying to do. Okay. The Emperor has a heart for those that are less fortunate than he is. And you have the ability to lift the person up and embrace them, or you have the ability to like shun them. I do feel like you're very, very powerful in this area. People gonna follow your suit. You notice when you start embracing the person, everyone else starts, and they feel like, okay, why is it? It's because you are very your influence. You don't really think that you are as influential as you are. That's why you may feel like, why does everybody feel like, if you ever do something and you feel like no matter what it is that you do, it could be the smallest type of thing. It changes the aura in the room. Everybody else has to do it. That now all of a sudden people are doing. You have so much influence. It's just like being next to a celebrity or someone who has all of that. That's the influence that you bring to the table. It's like being next to a celebrity. Like you are a celebrity. Did you know you were a celebrity? Well, I just heard somebody say, "Well, what?" I just heard somebody say, "Well, where the money at?" If I'm a celebrity, where the coins? Where's the coins, sis? You've earned enough stripes to know. You've earned your stripes already. I do also feel like there could be people that's lifting you up as well, okay? So you have the ability to be lifted up by people, or you can just shut them away. But I do feel like this is you. Like, take charge. If you see some type of bullying going on, you see some type of name calling, you see people being hard on people, or this could be someone who is just like, could be a little bit hard to deal with because they may have something else going on. Someone that's a little bit less fortunate, that doesn't have it all together, that you can just see. I do feel like you'll be changing the energy. Also, you accepting that person's flaws, it helps you accept your flaws. That is the affirmation today. Tell me more about Shaman. All right. You got expectations. Don't seek anyone else's approval when it comes to some type of career. There's something that's happening that is beyond your control, the higher forces. Your potential is endless. I do also feel like don't get caught up in the energy of trying to do what someone else wants you to do. Trying to do this, trying to appease to another person because this is what I should be doing, or this is what this person expects me to do when it comes to career. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to whatever. There's a need for you to follow your heart when it comes to career. And I know that's cliche. There's also a need for you to kind of stand up for yourself and what it is that you're doing. You already have the answers. You already have things mapped out. You already have a nice plan. So I feel like even if you fall into some mistakes, which nobody is exempt from mistakes. So whoever is looking at your mistakes like, oh, see, no one is exempt from mistakes. Now, a person may not speak on what they're going through, or may, have a big cover up, but no one is exempt from making mistakes in this life. Nobody is exempt. Tell me more about Sky Father. Divine masculine energy. Take yourself out on a date. Homework. There's something that you do need to let go of. You have the tree. Okay, so there could be some type of relationship. There's something that you need to let go of, and there's something that you need to take a chance on. Okay, so here's this ended cycle, breathing into this new beginning. So there could be a relationship that you're holding on to. It could be a past relationship that you're still holding on to, you're still invested in. And there's a need for you to clean up that cycle so that you can go into this next cycle. Because once you go into this next cycle, that old is gone. That old is done. Cleaning up this cycle. All right. There's a need for you to spend some time with yourself. There's a need for you to kind of like be more with yourself. There's a need for you to kind of like do things with yourself, self-love. So you may want to take yourself out on a date. Take yourself to one of your favorite places. There's a need for you to celebrate yourself. So you may be celebrating. There's something to celebrate. So this is the silent celebration with self. You know, that quiet party that you do when you, right before you're about to tell the news. I just wish we talked more about that quiet celebration a little bit more, and we prolonged that feeling of it's like almost being like feeling like your insides are like confetti before they just burst out, you know? So just having that feeling just a little bit more, sitting with some type of celebratory news and silently celebrating. Um Something lovely is going to grow from this. I do also feel like that there's someone who you're going to meet. You see how this birdie, the moment that she decides to do something for herself, this birdie comes right to her. Justice, right. And the birdie is justice. Justice comes right to you. So I do feel like trusting the unknown. When you're doing something for yourself in the name of self-love, I feel like there's endless possibilities. Also, we got the Sky Father. So the Divine Father. Tell me more about Mountain. Bitch Fire. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stand your ground. All right, Spirit is telling you why you need to stand your ground. I feel like it has a lot to do with this sweet honey, something sweet like honey coming right to you. You can slay them all. Yeah, there's something that you can slay. You can slay them all. Don't run away from this. Tell me more about Shiva. Tell me more about Shiva. Be honest with yourself. There's a person who has been giving you salt instead of sugar, an evil queen, and you thought it was a fair exchange because the salt cubes look just like the sugar cubes until you tasted it, until you ingested it, until you figured out was something just wasn't sitting right with you at all. And I feel like this is this person giving you this because, yeah, you can slay them all. This has a lot to do with it. Someone doesn't want to kind of like let you know that you've earned your stripes. Somebody could also be trying to keep you down. Like they could be trying to see like the things that in you that shine, and they kind of want to keep a lid on top of you because they're afraid of you becoming really, really big in a certain type of area. All right? There's need for you to be honest with yourself. You see it, you feel it, you know it. Okay? Tell me more about Summer. I need my nails done. Oh, justice is coming in and it tastes sweet like honey. When that justice comes in and it tastes sweet like honey, bask in the joy and light. Something's going to be really, really, really sweet. Really, really good. Alright. Also very, very prosperous. The bees are prosperity coming in. And this is justice coming in. Something's going to be so, so sweet like honey. You also got this evil queen coming in. You deserve sugar, not salt. So I do feel like there's a person who's like, someone's going to get their karma. Yeah, someone's going to get their karma. Tell me more about Stargazer. I feel like also somebody needs to move out the way so you can take a chance on someone else. Tell me more about Stargazer. Stargazer, surround yourself with love. And every storm, every hurricane comes to an end, and surround yourself with love. Okay, so I have two messages. The storm, set your sights higher, stargazer. Just because you're in a storm does not mean you have to dream like you're in a storm. Just because you're in a storm does not mean you have to dream like you're in one. So just because you might be going through something on the physical plane doesn't mean you need to kind of like humble your dreams. No. Also, you need to surround yourself with love. Loving individuals who you share these dreams to. This is like your newborn baby. Who hands would you put your newborn baby in? Trust like 100% with your newborn baby. Because I feel like that you could have been putting your dreams in the minds of weak people, and their job was to make sure that those dreams never come out. Their job was to talk you out of it, but not anymore. And also, you could have been going through something, so you could have been dreaming like, all I want is this, and all I need is that, and all I need. Spirit is like, if you don't start dreaming bigger, if you don't start dreaming bigger, all right. What are the angel messages for Libra? Got all this feast, all of this celebration. There's a past life issue. Past life issue here. The situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. You also have, you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. And you have indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning highly sensitive, natural born leader. All right, Libra, this is your morning inspo. I hope this reading resonates. If it does, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.